Yeah. Okay, so let me just get this out of the way. To my absolute surprise, after we finished yesterday's episode, there's a lot of people who are extraordinarily mad about the way that I'll speak for myself. I spoke about it. Friday's ep. Did I say something? Yeah. And it was about this girl, Rhaegar.
Reagan.
Targaryen. Rhaegar Targaryen.
She spelled just like the Targaryens do.
She's
Reagan.
She's a shaman.
That's the thing. If you cut out the right leg of the N, it says Rhaegar.
Yeah.
So that's
she's
where my mind
she's part of the Horde. She's an orc, and she's healer class.
For the Horde, bitch.
Best season ever.
Anyway,
Anti-healer
whatever.
class.
You guys probably know the whole story by now. We did a 4-hour episode about it on Friday. Now, my intention was not to do the full episode about it, but I was enjoying myself. I was enjoying the story. It seemed that people in chat were enjoying the story. I was reading live chat, and so that's what I did. And to my great surprise, afterwards, people were shitting, pissing, crying, and more. But here's the thing. I'm going to say this. Not to discredit some of y'all. There's two people who offering feedback. One of them is participating in the conversation that we had, trying to figure out what happened to this cat and who's responsible of the two main players in this story.
Mm-hmm. A divisive story, which is why we dedicated an episode to talking about this cat that we cared about so much.
Rhaegan Targaryen.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And Jacob's Ladder. What is Jacob's Ladder? That's a book, right?
It's a penis piercing.
No, it's a book about
Crazy
something.
book.
Okay?
Well, maybe it's based on a. I know the movie.
What happens? Jacob's Ladder. It's a rope ladder with a rung, accessible for a ship. Sick. Fucking Jacob.
It's also a male genitalia piercing.
What variety?
It's like there's piercings that go up the shaft of the penis.
Oh, that's a Jacob. I hate that. Bro, I can't deal with the PP modification.
Yeah, it's a lot.
PP mods.
PP mods. Get the PP mods.
So yeah, there's one
Mods in chat.
category of people who are like, I think you guys gave too much. You put too much pressure on Jacob. I think that he did the right thing. He tried to do the right thing, and Rhaegan is solely responsible. And disagreeing. I was not defending Rhaegan. I don't know why people thought that. But at any rate, they're participating in this conversation. And then there's another Venn diagram of people who are, how do I say this? Mentally ill?
Scary.
You know,
I think
scary.
More hateful and scary.
And here's the problem, which I think I pointed out, and I'm not saying all cat owners, but there is a Venn diagram. There's a cat owners, and there's extraordinarily mentally unwell. And there is an overlap. There's an overlap. A rather large one, I'd say. Not all of them. But you guys know it's true.
I know a lot of psycho dog owners, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm not talking about dogs.
I know. I'm just saying.
There's a Venn diagram for that. Although, let's be real, the cat one, there's more overlap. There is. And I'm not saying, listen, I love cats and cat owners. Thinking about getting one here.
After this incident, you better. In fact, I think that's how.
Well, the reason I'm not getting a cat is because I fucking love animals and I don't want it to be in trouble in my yard.
Are you saying you're actually getting a cat?
I would get a cat, except because the doors are always open to our backyard. I don't want the cat to run away in this coyote-infested hillside.
Right. That's fair.
Right.
If I had a better situation, I'd definitely get a cat.
Cat day at the office.
My boys love cats.
Close the door.
I'm not a cat.
True, we could close. The dogs
That's
are
how
used to having it
Seven got out,
cracked
bro.
open for them.
Right.
Right now, it's a dog house. But anyway, so obviously, I appreciate the conversations we are having, but the people who are going to people's people are going to social media pages of crew members and leaving horrific comments. People who are on this. There's a lot of people on the subreddit, frankly, who I thought were rather demented. And to you guys who I'd say, who you got, like, if you got like emotionally, like truly disturbed by what happened, like if you were like, I'm not okay. If that's how you felt after Friday's episode, seek help and do it away from me, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As a result of anything other than someone harming their cat. You can be disturbed by that. We certainly were. All of us were.
But we talked about it for
That's
4
why we
hours.
talked about it for 4 hours, literally.
Let's see here. There is here's some of the comments from Hila's post. I mean, some of these are fine. I'm so disappointed in you. It's like, it's not that serious. Like, what the fuck? She's just giving her opinion. She has a different opinion than you. Like, you know. Hey, Ethan. This is unrelated.
It's the same post, but people are just shitting on the shoes.
I hope to see you on the pod tomorrow apologizing to Jacob. Calling him an incel for no reason was crazy. Okay. Unfollowed and unsubbed from the podcast after being a fan for years. You have some serious attitude issues. You need to be humbled. You've been watching this show for years, and my difference of opinion on this cat situation has caused you to walk another path in life.
For years.
I think you need help. And I can't give you that help. I really can't. You showed your ignorance today. I mean, that's whatever. When are you going to apologize to Jacob? I'm not apologizing to Jacob. What if someone neglected you? Imagine you're a cat.
How would you feel?
How would you feel if you were that cat? Please never get a pet cat. One of the more psycho takes I heard from all this was like, you clearly hate cats. If it was a dog, you would have talked about it differently. And it's like, you literally make me want to find a new vocation.
Beautifully worded.
Yeah. I want to find a new vocation because of some of you guys.
Literally.
Stay off the pod indefinitely. Shut up, bitch. Fuck you. You consistently have bad takes, and any bits of segments you're involved in are painfully cringy. Who the fuck are you, bitch? All I've seen from you is this one comment and talk about cringy. Are these all like pieced together?
I just took everything over. I just copied them all over the ones that I was sent.
Either if someone's neglecting their pet to the point of organ failure and someone takes it away from them, the owner doesn't deserve updates about how the animal... So again, my thing is...
He looks a little outside of our demographic, don't you think?
Sweet lady.
Nancy's soul cycle? Like, bitch, go play Mahjong. I know there's a table open because the other Nancy at Mahjong died already, so go fucking fill in her spot.
So funny. I was cleaning up some of the Instagram comments because they were like completely just berating everything. And half of these people also commented on the Instagram, H3 podcast Instagram. So they're going between all of our accounts and dropping comments. It's like, come on, dude. What are we doing here?
How dare you call Jacob an incel? Here's the thing. I still have a problem with what happened. And that's why I was grilling him about it. You know, she didn't call in. If she called in, I would grill her equally or more about it. However, out of the 3 of the 4 hours, we spent like ruthlessly shitting on her.
Yeah.
Ruthlessly.
I went back and I watched it, and I think it was obvious to me when I rewatched that your passion when you were talking to him is you were figuring out what went wrong, and so you guys were thinking like, if I were there, I would. I think that's what was happening is you guys were like, I could have saved that. Like we wanted to save the cat.
I'm an investigator.
Yeah.
Okay, I grew up playing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. And frankly, the skills that I've obtained from that game in my youth have stayed with me. And now I watch true crime documentaries, and I solve it before even they do. So that's my perspective. That's where I'm coming from. You know? So that's, yeah. However, Nancy's soul cycle, more like Nancy's soul's about to go to heaven because she's so damn old. Next.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna send.
At
I'm
least
gonna
you said
send a
heaven.
updated link in Discord. Open that one.
I think the angels threw her down and made sure she was not coming back.
That's right, Nancy. Tomatoes. This has 250, so this is a lot of. You truly need to rethink yourself yesterday. It's completely embarrassing. That poor guy tried his best. It may have not been the best way, but he helped that cat more than the sorry excuse of a cat owner. He deserves an apology. He took a cat from a horrible situation and got it care. The owner is at fault. End of discussion. Truly disgusting, disappointed in you and the crew. Do better! The crew. If you had a dog, y'all wouldn't have thought twice, but it was a cat and you don't care. Shut up, you fucking freak, weirdo, loser.
Stop with the tomatoes. You're killing me.
I mean, again, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this profile picture? It's a naked anime girl with cats on her titties. Like you're deranged, man. I don't even know if I could show that. Okay, good. It's just a full-on nude anime girl with a cat on her titties. Okay? Jesus. Here's the thing. Again, just to reiterate my points. Jacob is the only first-hand account of what dire situation that cat was in when he took it. If there was one other first-hand corroborating source, that would be very instructive. But of all the 10 people in that house, he's the only one who's saying that the cat needed immediate medical care, and he's the one that took the cat. So you know what I mean? Like, we need cross references to truly, without a doubt, assume that he was right to take the fucking cat.
I think it is very unfortunate that if it's true what he's saying, that his friends and the other people in the house were also worried about this cat. It's very unfortunate that his friends haven't said that. And I think that they should, if
Not
I'm
one
being
person
honest.
of 10 people is she was not taking good care of the cat.
I think if it's true, they just don't want to come forward. They don't want to deal with the smoke. But I think that if you want to be a good friend to Jacob, you should tell people.
For an influencer like this is a cult called to clout.
So true.
If people are going to accuse like essay survivors of doing it for clout, like this is your time, honey.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
People
this is like
wrongfully all the time
You
say
can
that.
actually get clout from this, unlike falsely accusing someone of essay. Weird analogy. Apologies.
I understood what you were saying.
Thank you. But we have one source. It's Jacob. This man took the cat, took it to his house. The cat was in such dire need of medical attention. It was such an emergency that he went into her room, stole the cat, left the door open to make her believe that it ran away. Even to do that for the good of the cat is pretty nuts. And he took the cat home and didn't take it to the doctor for 4 fucking days. Now, to me, that's a little odd. It's a little odd. That's all I'm saying, guys. And if you can't handle the truth, and of course, and then the romance thing, like, hello, guys, when are you going to start believing me? I'm right about this shit. I know what I'm talking about. Like, come on.
That's... Yeah, we don't...
She could have made that shit
That's
up.
what I'm wondering, is maybe she made it up.
I don't like her word on that at all.
Why would she lie about that?
Because
she
but
maybe killed her
why
cat.
would he deny it? He was typing and then he bailed.
I think that he was probably just like, I can't do it anymore.
I mean, I'm not saying she did make it up, but I don't know. I'm not inclined to necessarily just take her word for it.
That seems mega psycho to make up.
I agree.
Yeah,
but then, so if if you can just be like, no, that didn't happen, then that would be I don't know. Big defense for him. Yet nobody's doing it. So
you're right. Is that she did offer that info up, and that was crazy of her potentially.
If she lied about it, then like that's fucked up. That's insane, and
Friday
makes her
was
look
nuts.
even worse. But he has not denied it, and I find the whole thing very interesting. That being said, obviously a cat died, and that's very sad. And spit on that thing. Thank you for the 50 subs. What is with this clip of this girl? You guys have all seen this by now?
Yeah.
It's on my Insta feed like every other video.
They were talking about it on Stern this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, this girl is going mega viral. Holy shit.
Which clip?
Okay, it's this person who he's interviewing like drunk college students, I guess, like out at bars. And he said, what's something to do to turn on a guy? I think it was called. I think he asked. We can find it. And she said, spit on that thing.
What the fuck?
It was very funny.
Spit on that thing.
But I find it so interesting how big she's going.
Oh, is this it, AB?
Yeah.
Yep. Pull that up.
It's a really short version, but
Here, I got it here.
Yep, that's her.
Man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
Oh, it's so short. The whole context is funny. She's super funny. Her friends were cracking up. So there she goes. Ladies, take note.
here, Ethan, open this updated album I sent you. This one's better.
Thank you. Can't believe the way you treated Jacob. Listen, this man stole someone's cat and pretended it ran away. The least I can do is grill him to find out what happened. Was I harsh on him? Yes, I was grilling him. I was trying to figure out what the fuck happened, okay?
I don't think you were not done any favors by Reagan refusing to call in. I feel like this all would have been very different if you had also spoken to her, because you also would have grilled the shit out of her and rightly pointed out all of the things that she did wrong along the way. But she was, I guess, in this circumstance, smart enough to dodge that and not call in.
At the time, she said she's not calling in. I said, that's suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Still is.
I mean, we shit on her for
I
like
don't remember
hours.
defending her at all.
I think people are taking it as a very zero-sum game kind of thing. Like it's this person's fault or it's this person's fault. And so because you have criticisms for Jacob, whether people feel that that's warranted or not, they perceive that as being taking Reagan's side. But I think you can clear that up pretty easily. I mean, it's pretty obvious that she was not a good pet owner.
Yeah, it's undeniable that she fucked up and had something to do with this cat dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
From my point of view, I thought she was in the wrong. And I literally, like with him, questioning him was just literally trying to understand because it was a really weird situation. And I agree. I think he just, he handled it poorly. But that's why I was curious. And when I sent the TikToks, it wasn't to show necessarily that he was in love with her or anything like that. It was because those TikToks were released the day after supposedly he took the cat. And I found that strange.
It's a little strange.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't know why nobody's not more concerned about this clip when they're like, his friends. People go, oh, she threw a Yorkie from the stairs. I was like, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know how serious. The dog was fine, I read, and she was like 8. I mean, what the fuck do you want? What do you want me to do? But this guy, all of his friends, they get around and they're like, dude, you cannot ever own a pet. This is after the whole cat thing. You cannot ever own a pet. You are a psychopath. You hate animals. I mean, more or less.
That video was weird. I kind of forgot about that.
But like that is important. Peppering. That, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Listen, ultimately, here's my take. I think after all is said and done, my perception is that he tried to do the right thing. He, certainly did more than her by taking it to the vet. That's true. Could he have done things better? Yes. There's room for criticism there of how he handled it. I personally think that this is very much a product of two teenagers. They were both teenagers at the time, basically, right? Like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Two teenagers living on their own for the first time, not being emotionally mature enough to handle this situation in a good way. I think clearly he should have just approached her with his concerns about the cat rather than stealing it. And, that would have been better for the cat. It would have been better for the whole situation in every way. Now, that said, he did have good intentions here, but it doesn't mean that he can be completely free of criticisms. But again, if she had called in, and I saw people in the chat, and this is something I want to say too, is like so much of like the outrage that I've seen is like people filling in the blanks of a lot of things that didn't happen. Just now I even saw like, if she had called in, you definitely would have gone softer on her. Whoever typed that, how can you say that? What are you talking about?
My favorite was this.
You're just making that up.
She donated $5 and then you switched up. It's like, that sounds anti-Semitic, by the way. And fuck you. The $5, okay, I forget about all, the Jew gets $5 and now he's switching it up. Maybe look in the mirror and see who's actually
But yeah, when people
Doing
say
Holocaust denial.
Why can't we talk about
all right, Pearl.
Exactly.
That's enough. Get the fuck out of here.
No, but
Pearl.
it is insulting and pathetically stupid to be
Yeah,
like,
if you find like when people are saying like, "Oh, you're dismissing valid criticism," if your criticism requires you to make up a narrative about counterfactuals about a bunch of things that didn't happen, that's not valid criticism. You're making up a scenario in your head and then getting mad about it at that point.
Yeah.
Why are you and Ethan so selective when it comes to animal abuse? Sorry? I'm sure you'd be more compassionate if the story was about your bratty dogs.
Yeah,
when did I let animal abuse slide? At what point? I wonder.
And yeah, this is the part that
350 likes.
confuses me too. A lot of it is people saying like you hate cats, and but like the controversy and what I think the valid criticism or participation in this conversation should be about is where the blame lies. And people are welcome to disagree with your take about who is responsible, but like at no point were you like, I don't give a fuck about this cat. I just don't understand where that angle is coming from.
Mm-hmm. And also, I want to defend, because I'm seeing this still right now about Hila. When people are saying that Hila defended Reagan. What Hila...
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar. It's Rhaegar.
That's a Ghostbuster, isn't
it? But she, when she said we don't even know that the cat was, what was the word?
Neglected.
Neglected, thank you. She was saying that, from the way we were talking about it, she was saying that it's not a fact even because he was the only source.
He's the only source.
He's the only source.
The only one.
So that being said, she wasn't saying that the cat wasn't. She's just saying because we were talking about it, we don't know because he's the only source.
Jesus,
and she did. There's a difference between saying we don't know and saying that we believe she's innocent. And I don't know why people have a disconnect there.
Because I'm conducting as I said, I'm a fucking gumshoe out here. I'm trying to level up, and they don't understand that I have methods. You know what I mean? We have to. We're not convicting on one source by the guy who did the crime. Come on.
I think it would have been to everyone's benefit if she had called in, but unfortunately she fucked us by refusing to. But again, in retrospect, that was probably the right call. From her perspective, that was the
Absolutely,
right call.
it was the right call.
Definitely would have got roasted.
Yeah, these are all the top comments. Again, 350. This one is 270. Hila said this is the most. She feels like she's got more hate from this than anything that she's ever been through.
Don't fuck with cats.
Hila, I need you to take. She didn't. Hila, I need you to take a break from the podcast. Obviously, you haven't got much sleep with the newborn. The way you treated that man who respects animals was pure evil. And those shoes are disgusting. You dumb bitch. You silly dumb bitch. The picture, Hila was literally trying to hype up a small creator's
The shoes
art.
rock.
You dumb.
It's not her shoes. She was trying to plug a small creator's cool ass like art project, and they're like, oh, and by the way, those shoes are disgusting. Who's the evil dumb bitch now? Telling a small creator trying to do art that Hila's trying to shout him out that their shoes are disgusting. Sorry, time that you go back to the drawing board and fucking refigure out your life, you dumb fucking bitch.
All right.
Should I button that?
No,
that was fine. Go back to the drawing board and refigure out your life. Is funny.
I mean, these people are so pathetic, dude.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I want to respond. Some people in chat are saying, "But AB, how did the cat look that way?" I think the cat was fucking neglected. I think it was. That doesn't negate the previous statement that we don't. It doesn't. We don't know for sure.
It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. I think it was. I think it was. I think it's her fault. I believe it was her fault. But I'm just saying this statement.
There's a lot of different scenarios.
Yeah.
One is that like the cat was neglected, but it wasn't about to die. One could be that it was sick and it was gonna die anyway, which I've seen a lot of people say that that's likely true, and that him taking the cat had no effect. It could have been that if he took the cat in earlier, maybe it could have got his organs flushed out, like my dog Shredder. If we took him in, a few days earlier, it would have helped him greatly, and I regret it every fucking day. And that's something that he could have done 3-4 days makes a world of a difference.
Right.
I mean, hello, come on.
And I think pointing that out is fair, but also doesn't like that. I think people are taking that as like an attack on his character, which I don't think is necessary. Again, an 18-year-old, I think he probably did his best. You know what I mean? And like, could he have done better? Yes, but at least he tried. You know, like I think that's better than not trying at all.
Yeah, and I think that's super important.
But he shouldn't have stolen the cat. He should have just fucking talked to her. Clearly.
I think it's super important to point out that you and Hila were coming from that personal experience when you got hung up on the days between taking the vet. I'm sure if that happened with Shredder, that's exactly what both of you thought of, and that's why you wanted to get an answer to that so specifically. Like,
I think it matters if it's urgent enough to steal and it's not urgent enough to take it to the vet after 4 days. I'm sorry, but that just doesn't add up in my mind. However, yeah, we're gonna do another 4-hour cat app.
Yay!
No, I think we've pretty much exhausted this, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. About Shredder, by the way, I didn't take him in because I didn't know he was sick.
Yes.
He was
You're just
acting
saying,
unwell.
in retrospect, had you
I should
known
have
that.
went there and I should have forced the fucking vet to run, because we took him in and he's like, he's fine. He's normal weight. He's fine. We're like, okay. I hate that vet so much, man. I went in there a year before talking about how his breath is weirdly smelly. Didn't even think, because that's like one of the top symptoms of kidney disease. Fuck. Hila, do everyone a favor, 340 likes, and please stay off the podcast. The way you treated that guy today when he took the time to answer the questions was so fucking wrong of you. Dude, grow up. I mean, that's fine. Okay, you're mad. That one's not as bad. Whatever. You're upset, and that's fine. The shoes are hideous. This is another one. Like, girl,
this poor girl who's taking all these strays.
Yeah, and
like the shoe girl.
Well, and then the irony is like, oh, you're evil for like speaking at a turn about this. Oh, and by the way, this random artist you're trying to promote, their shoes are hideous. Shut up. Fuck you. Take those flowers off your head because you don't know nothing about peace. Take those flowers off your head, dummy. Because
Be at peace.
Because it ain't pretty what you're doing here. Right? Right.
Ethan, not to be one of the people in chat, but the amount of times you're moving your mouse is making me anxious.
Bro, come on, man. I'm upset.
Why would you say that?
Maybe come on.
He's explained it before to you.
Got a disability.
Do you really need me to explain it again? I have Tourette's syndrome, bro. It's not funny.
It's a little ignorant.
It's actually a big deal.
Maybe.
It's actually really a big deal to me. She goes,
Why'd you go in so hard on that kid?
I was right. I was disgusted with your behavior. You're saying canceled my longest running YouTube membership. Way to ruin it for Ethan and the crew.
Damn, you just lost.
Girl, what?
Wait. Hila.
Yeah, this person.
Oh, so this person doesn't even blame you. They specifically blame Hila only.
And so like, it's just, dude, I'm
That
sorry.
sounds a little
It's
bit,
just
I
not
don't
that-
know.
It's not that serious, guys. She didn't kill the fucking cat. Right?
That we know of.
Yeah. Unsubscribing to Ethan and Hila channel? I can't tell if that's a joke.
I don't think
We've
that
been
is
that
at this
for
point.
like 2 years or
vlog
something,
channel?
Yeah. Apologize to Jacob. Really horrible take. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Yada. Whatever. This one has 400 likes.
You get the idea.
Yeah, you get the. Yeah. There's a lot, and there weren't like small comments either. There's a lot of them. Yeah. There it is. Also, the part that confused me was I was reading chat the whole time, and nobody was like going crazy. Everyone seemed to be having like a good time and was engaged healthily.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand.
Yeah.
And then we even did a poll at the end, and like, it was like equally to blame was number one, and Jacob and Reagan were tied, like literally 50-50.
Yeah.
With who's more to blame.
Well, the most was the both, right? That was
That was
biggest category.
That was the biggest by far.
Right. Yeah.
It was like 50, 25, 25 or something.
Well, you know how it is. It's like the people that got ticked off about something, they're the ones that are going to go out of their way to go comment on things. Like people that watch it and aren't mad, they're just going to move. They're just going to watch the next thing. You know?
Yeah.
I made a comment about your boobies.
So it's gonna always lean that way.
And by the way, I understand that the majority of you guys are just here for a fun show, and this has nothing to do with you, and it feels fringe, but actually it didn't feel that super fringe this time. And again, our subreddit gets overrun by these clowns, and every post is about like, why doesn't Ethan actually kill himself for his take? Why doesn't Ethan actually go jump off a bridge? And then they post again when the mods remove it, like, why are the mods silencing me telling Ethan to kill himself? Why are they against free speech?
That's actually unrelated directly to this, but that's one of the funniest genres of posts on not even just our Reddit. I feel like this happens all the time.
Yeah.
Is complaining about being censored and removing stuff, and it's like, oh, you don't want any criticism, you don't want any feedback or whatever, and then you look at the subreddit and every single post is about it. It's like,
there's the clue.
Right.
That's the clue. Every single fucking post is about it. Yeah. So there it is. And honestly, I don't blame Hila for getting upset about that either, because again, we love our animals, and the thought of someone taking the animal because they think that they could take care of it better than you is objectively psychotic.
Right.
Right.
I'm sorry, but like, that is an objectively psychotic thing. He was psycho for a good cause, perhaps.
Can we maybe just immature rather than psychotic?
Taking someone's pet.
I think he had
It depends on the condition of the pet. Potential.
Let's just say you don't know the condition of the pet. Let's just talk in a vacuum.
Well, then,
taking a pet from somebody's room, lying about it, and repossessing the animal, that's like top tier psycho shit. Now, he thought the cat was sick.
Donnie.
So obviously he has a good reason that he did it, but it's still pretty psycho to do that. And I'm sorry.
I agree.
It's beyond immature.
That was
it's
not
pretty
the
nuts.
move. That was not the move.
And
he should have confronted her directly. That would have been the mature way.
You just be like, hey, just so you know, I took your cat to the vet.
Even just that. Even if you
didn't have to ask permission, but just like, hey, it'll like.
Yeah.
That is weird, dude. And the cat died there, and he doesn't say anything.
And
I mean, well, he was probably in so deep at that point that he didn't know what to do. I hope he learned a lesson.
And then,
if you see something like that, you should just say something.
Like a month later, all of his friends on a podcast are like, "Don't ever get a pet. You are psychotic. You will kill your pet."
Well, if I was in the comments, I would say, Ethan, I respectfully disagree with you, and be done with it. I don't understand why people are fucking going so ham.
Not me. Take a long walk off a short pier. You know what I'm saying, Ethan?
Gay. How about this? Go kill yourself, dummy. Anyway, that's it. I don't care.
All right. Let's get on to some fucking non-cat shit. You know what I'm saying? I know this is a cat podcast first and foremost, but... Oh, also, I guess before we move on, just want to push you. There's a lot of great adoption centers here in LA. That's it. Someday.
Yeah.
Someday I'm going to get you with a cat.
I want to get a cat someday, I just want to make sure that they're in the right environment. And then, but unrelated, but like in our community, it seemed like it was just mass hysteria. But then when I go on TikTok and I just see this random tea spill account posted the clip of, and all the comments are supporting me or us.
Yeah, I think it's very divisive. And I think, in our subreddit in particular, like I said, it's just the people that don't have a problem with what you said aren't going to go out of their way to go make a post about it. Like people that do have a problem that are going to go out of their way to do it.
I think it speaks to a larger problem too, if I may, where it's like you get so entrenched, you have like literally 50-50. There's half of the people in the world that or whatever online that are in disagreement with you, but you're so incapable of grappling with the fact that some people have a different opinion than you that you lose your mind and they become evil to you. I mean, what the hell, dude? Here's the top comments you hear. This one has 17,000 likes. The way he thinks he's the hero is insane. She definitely rejected him. Other people think that too. I don't think it's that crazy. She doesn't deserve to know. Is he implying that he did all this?
Usually TikTok is the most toxic.
Again, yeah, I know. That blew my mind the most. TikTok was actually this time, well, I don't know about they were on my side at least.
Oh, just in this particular.
That
video.
never happens. That never
TikTok
happens.
is my home.
She doesn't deserve no, which is implying he did all this because he hates Reagan. That was kind of, again, an illuminating comment. If I'm a detective, I'm zooming right in on that. What did you mean? Why did you say that? Why did you say you guys weren't on good terms? But then I find out that you are making a ton of TikToks about her, and allegedly you guys were romantic the first week.
TikTok is our home.
I've seen enough Dateline, guys. Pretty much every one of them. Oh, and then another thing I want to touch on. They're like, Ethan, why did you show the cat? You are a sadist. You are sick in the fucking head. Really, bitch? Because when we looked at the cat, sick, it became a focal point of the conversation that when she adopted the cat, it looked similar. The cat looked haggard just naturally from the beginning. That is important evidence, you dumb bitch.
Ay.
Stupid. All right, let's move on. Always talking about cats.
It's self-fulfilling prophecy.
They nailed it.
It really is.
So shout out T Spill Sesh Girl 5 for having my back on this one.
One of the premier sources of information on the internet.
That's right. That's right.